Whoa.
What?
You're not permitted to be here. Surrender, now!
The offer of Hermes Trismegistos. That's Krazel's document.
You shouldn't be bothering us here.
What does that mutt want over here? Quiet! Go away!
I heard they're going to cut down the old oak at the crossroads.
Oh no. Why? A lovely tree like that. It's an...
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow.
You have a kind master, eh?
Captain...
Oh, now all of a sudden you're interested. Where the hell did you get to, you blockhead?
Sorry.
Another job.
It's complicated.
We found it, along with those two hands.
I see.
And what actually happened?
It turned out them hired hands of Radovans had ideas of their own. They made a deal with some robber barons, and they didn't cheat only Radovan.
And you found all the goods?
More or less. And that older one's decorating an older tree.
All right, I'll tell him.
And next time Lord Samin gives you a job, do what you're told.
I will, Captain?
Well, I've seen some humans hanging around the Rock Tower Pond. I think they joined forces with that nomad vermin. Try asking Bojena the herb woman. Maybe try Nat and the Farewell.
Or grant you help. But when the king commands, his subjects have to obey, don't they? You do. Greetings, my friend.
Good day to you.
How about some more advice on sneaking around in Troskin?
Advice? What else can I teach?
You flatter me. That's all. I have that
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
I took a look at the document. I couldn't really make much of it.
My fifth cousin.
That doesn't sound very convincing.
Did you find my family tree at the rat house? Now show it to me, so I can finally get the knowledge. Good. Good. This will come in handy. Ah, yes. Of course.
What now?
That much? We're going to need more. A lot more.
Did you hear me? What now?
Sorry. I got lost in thought. I owe you my thanks as well as reward for getting me the document. And maybe another little job? What do you say?
Don't tell me you've forgotten.
Don't worry. Your path is leading that way. Only it'll be a little longer than expected.
Are you yanking my pizzle?
Not at all. I'll get you to the wedding but you'll have to wait a while. Besides, things are about to get really interesting.
Enough. I'm sick of listening to your cryptic blabbering. Supposing you first initiate me into the mysteries of your enchanting mill. This isn't any run-of-the-mill business, so to speak. I smell something devilish here.
Devilish? Not at all. It's high learning. Alchemy! And when I say alchemy, not some hocus-pocus
Tell me more about it, then.
I wouldn't be so sure. Now, pay close attention. I want to make a golem out of dough.
A golem, you say? Isn't that a kind of pie? What are you going to do with a living pie?
Henry, a golem is a helper brought to life using divine word. It can be made of clay. Studying the Jewish Kabbals taught me a practice known as Maseh Bereshit. Just imagine carrying sacks. He wouldn't be much smarter than Zinnik.
My word.
So far, it's just all in my head. It's in the interest of the advancement and prosperity of mankind. Just look at the Bible. I've no doubt that if our great Holy Mother Church had been around at the time, all the apostles would have been burned at the stake.
So a golem, you say, made of flour?
Exactly.
And what about the good of me?
You already know that you can learn the practical application of certain useful skills from me. But for a few groschen, we could discuss the art on a more, let's say, theoretical level.
I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. Supposing you give me a few groschen first, and then I'll decide whether to trade the coin for some...
See now, I completely forgot. I added in what I owe for those sacks you carried.
I don't know, Crazel. Alchemy, golems, documents in locked chests. I reckon I've had enough. I'll have to think about whether I want to continue with this art of yours.
I get it. The greater good of mankind isn't everyone's goal. But don't forget, I can get you to that wedding. Miller's honor. Take care, and good night.
What's this next job all about?
I need to find a saltpeter pit.
Never a wasted word, eh, Crazel?
Short and to the point. That's my credo.
And how long will it take before you tell me what a saltpeter pit is?
A saltpeter pit is a pit in which saltpeter is formed.
This has something to do with that alchemy of yours, eh? I don't know much about that stuff.
Nitra is saltpeter. White crystals similar to salt.
And what needs salting here in the mill? Or is it supposed to be some peculiar Crazel wedding gift for a young Semine?
Nothing of the sort. The Kabbalistic doctrine speaks of saltpeter as a vessel for the inexhaustible essence of life. Those white crystals are said to contain the very essence of being. That's precisely what we need to give life to our golem, thanks to the ingredients from Hermes Trismegistus. But saltpeter is the most important thing.
So you're serious about this golem?
Certainly.
How much saltpeter will it take to bring to life such a big creature?
A lot. That's why I want you to find me a decent saltpeter pit.
I was hoping I'd...
Well, you never know when an
All right then. I just hope you know where to look. And also that you'll get me into that wedding as a reward.
Yes. Yes. Bonnie has a lead. But for you, the most important thing is that she knows how to look for niter.
So this Bonnie is some...
Bonnie is someone I trust without question. Not only will she teach you how to find saltpeter, the main difference is it has kind of cooling taste.
Hold your horses.
If you don't taste it, you could...
Damn.
Don't be such a lily liver, Henry. She'll tell you the rest herself. You'll find her in the lair. That's a secret storage space I have here just by the pond. Only my best people can get in.
How can I get to this?
There's a bridge over the mill stream towards the southwest. From that path, you turn right. Up. Oh, and she's just been through some tough... On the up...
Bonnie spends...
Bonnie? Never. Right along.
To the lair.
Take care, and have a pleasant evening.
Hey, I won't have you causing cough-ups and cough...
Wait, we can come to some agreement, can't we? I was just fooling around. I meant nothing by it, and I certainly didn't want to upset you, of all...
Well, that's true, all right. And I'm sure you also know I won't be so lenient next time. Praise be to the Lord. Nothing's missing.
What is it? Are you whistling just for fun?
I could go for something to eat now.
Oh, you pooch.
Go!
Ka!
Ja!
God be with you.
I'm Henry, Miller Crazel's new apprentice. He sent me to search for a niter pit, and said you might be able to help me with that.
Of course I will. I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you.
Bonnie? It's not a name I hear often.
It's not the name I was baptized with. In our craft, it ain't a good idea to tell people your real name. What should we call you?
The poet.
Well, that's not very creative. You know what? I'll come up with a nickname for you myself when I get to know you better. Did you bring me something from the mill?
Actually, Crazel said you'd appreciate some herb.
He's right there. Do you have some for me?
I've got some...
My word, that's exactly what I need.
What kind of magic ritual?
The kind where Zenek finally gets some sense into his head. Just so you know, while we're on the subject of rituals, did Crazel tell you about the golem?
He did.
And what do you think of it?
I'm curious to see what a golem made of flour will look like, but I'm mostly curious to see if Crazel will really be able to breathe life into it with the help of saltpeter.
I'm more worried that as soon as it comes to life, so if by some chance it looks like something's going wrong, you won't see my heels for dust. And I suggest you do the same. But that's enough of that. We're not going to stand here talking about flower golems when we've barely just met. I'd like to chat with you too, Henry. Get to know you a bit. But if you're in a hurry to find Crazel's saltpeter, I won't keep you.
No. I have plenty of time. But where to start?
You know what? I'll start. When they caught Zenek in Troskovitz, I was scared out of my mind that they'd catch me and clap me in the stock. I had to hide out here for a while, so I haven't had anyone to talk to. Life in the lair isn't all fun and games. Zenek and all the other mill knuckleheads were never worth much as company. So I'm glad the miller's finally found a normal hand for once. You've got a beautiful dog. What's his name?
Mutt.
What a cute fella. How did you find each other?
Among the wolves. Not a word of a lie. That is, I lost him, and then found him again in a wolf pack.
Well, that's what I call an interesting past. I used to have a dog, but I don't anymore.
He died.
He started getting these lumps all over his body. He stopped eating, just slept all the time. And then, well, what's done is done. And what about you? What kind of family are you from? Also, thieves?
No. Pa was a blacksmith.
Oh, really? Would you teach me how to make, maybe, barrel hoops?
Those are pretty hard.
Sure. I'm pretty quick to learn, and when Crazel starts spouting off his alchemy theories, what do you think of the old miller, anyway?
He seems awfully mystical.
It's his beard that does that. Don't let it fool you. Thanks for talking to me. It really is good to have someone to pour my heart out to. But now, about that saltpeter. Before you came, and before Zenek fucked up with the manuscript, we collected saltpeter all over the place, mainly in sties. It has to be scraped from the walls. Horrible work, time-consuming and annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. We also looked in a few chests, just in case. You know. Anyhow, now all the sties in the region are scraped clean, and we're sitting pretty on a nice barrel of saltpeter.
Barrel is quite a lot.
For the whole Trotsky region, aye. Unfortunately, Crazel said we need at least 6 times as much.
6 times? Will one saltpeter pit be enough?
I reckon so. There should be as much as Crazel needs for his masterwork. If you're looking for it, you ought to know how saltpeter forms. Do you have any idea?
Certainly. You take a damp wall, like in a sty, you let the water evaporate from it, and you get this salty bloom.
That's right. But like I told you, all the sty walls in the region are scraped clean, and we don't forget that saltpeter crystals are formed in places where something is rotting. Well, a saltpeter pit is actually nothing more than a mass grave.
Crazel said saltpeter is a vessel for life energy.
God's mysterious ways. You know how it is.
And he also wanted me to taste it. That's nonsense, though, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it isn't. Otherwise, you won't know if it's saltpeter or some other shit. It feels kind of cold on the tongue.
Jesus. And you know where to look for such a pit full of carcasses, do you?
A person who's digging holes and throwing dead bodies into them and doesn't even know he's got a a saltpeter mine.
You mean a knacker?
Exactly.
Oh, I haven't met him yet.
The cemetery is beyond Troskovit.
So I'm in for a walk to the cemetery.
Seems like it. Too bad you couldn't have walked around the county with us before. I learned a lot during that time.
I'll keep that in mind.
That old gravedigger will be suspicious. He's always dragging those carcasses.
Good idea.
He lives a short way from the cemetery, so at least the meat won't go bad on the way. Lots of luck, the poet. I wish you a pleasant evening.
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief.
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules.
The bastards. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to ask at Semin.
I hope you offered your help.
Of course.
For sure.
They hanged Venser and kept Franzi as a hand.
God's nails. That Franzi had a sneaky look about him. Anyway.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. Some mercy. So now it's yours.
Thanks.
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up. and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truscovitz. What do you think of her?
Well, young Semyon is marrying her, isn't he? Why would I have my eye on her?
Don't pretend. Looks ain't everything, though. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
No, Master Blacksmith. There's no one waiting to drag me to the altar in irons.
Good for you, lad. Our weddings are serious, so you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. Old Semyon wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right.
Ah, I see.
God's nails. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. There's this old hermit called Ambrose.
And he can pray...
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description...
Welded Spanish steel?
See now? You do understand.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. I even heard he made a pact with the devil.
With the devil?
No idea.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for advice? I know he has a hut somewhere in Apollonia.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. In return, you'll get me invited to Semyon's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Truscovitz. She'll definitely tell you. But Henry, the best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation. Farewell.
There you are! Halt! Don't move a muscle. You or your horse.
Easy! I surrender!
I've got it in. It's time to pay.
All right,
Now show me what you've got.
All right.
All right, then. In that case, an indulgence will... We're done here, right?
Greetings.
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some for free. I catch you fighting here again, and I'll spank your bare ass like a brat down to business.
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them. Ambrose, the hermit, sold it.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly...
And has anyone sent to the castle for the...
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. 4 strangers came here yesterday.
What strangers?
They looked like monks. I'm telling you.
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I said? I'd think long and hard.
I'd like to ask you about that.
Ugh.
How do I get to the hermit?
You're asking for trouble. You go through Apollonia, along the path, and from there, you take the path uphill.
I'd like to ask you...
Farewell, my friend.
Go! God! God! God!
Whoa, whoa.
The Lord be with you.
You must be the local gravedigger.
Ignatius, looking for a final resting place.
None of that. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me.
From Lower Semine?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like...
Yeah, something like that.
Well, that I can't help you with.
Not to worry. These white crystals...
You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses in. I'm going to go there anyway.
Really?
Not even a chicken scratch. I have some collections from some Slatigo farmstead. At least one day I can take it a bit easy.
You want me to help you with your grave digging business?
Why not?
I have a better idea.
I won't say no. Oh, aye, fresh meat. Now, listen closely. That we'll take together on my wagon.
So you got meat out of me for nothing?
When I see how much you lot in Lower Semine are interested in it, but thanks for the meat, grave digging is a job like any other. And if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with their animal carcasses themselves.
Of course. I'm just a little worried about what people will say about me when they see me with you. I wouldn't like to lose the honor I've earned.
Don't worry about what people say. So what then? Nice and early?
Let's get this over with.
The dew is still on the leave. You don't need your horse. In any case, hop on the wagon and... Did I bring that stuff for Visor? Meat? Pain? Aesop? Got it all. Good. Excuse me. We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Semine, eh?
Well, you could say that. I help the miller with whatever I can. I got a place to sleep there. Soon I'll be able to call the miller uncle.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smart-ass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Semine round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that Bonnie of yours belong to that gang too?
Bonnie's an honest girl, and her friend Zinnek is too. Crazel only sent them to scrape saltpeter off the walls of the sties, so that's just what they've been doing. From what she told me, they had nothing else in mind.
Lower Semine's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks. Go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, boys! Whoa! Come come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally, at least we're not blocking the road too much. Farewell, my friend.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
What do you mean already? Hey, we got another one!
What's going on, Ignatius?
I'm trying to explain to these fellas we've got nothing to do with no thieving around here. They should go to Lower Samine to complain.
Two stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars. Some scruffy and dunger.
I'm Henry, and those, names mean nothing to me.
Like I said, if it's rotten carrion they're after, they should have come to me. A passion for knacking is the only thing we have in common.
Is that so?
Ignatius is telling the truth. There are all sorts of types causing trouble in these parts. Ignatius and I thank you for taking on the job of guarding the roads, making sure that honest...
Aye, that's... exactly what I'm trying to do, so...
Really good work, lad. Well, time waits for no man. Let's all carry on with our duties, eh?
All right, listen. We'll be going then.
Of course.
You can count on it.
Glad to hear. Let's go, fella.
Not much left for us to do here, eh?
Hopefully our luck will hold out, and we'll... The next farm's just... Water. Don't worry. That was just a kind of little favour for me. Now we'll help the locals here in Jda with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop them up and haul them off. I mean, you'll scoop them up and haul them to my cart. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead.
All right, that's what you get. People sin here in their seclusion, thinking they're out of sight of our Lord.
It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right, I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly. Yeah! Yeah! Well, I'm here like I promised, and I even have a helper here with me who'll be doing the carrying for me today.
Poor fella. Where did you dig him up?
He came to me from Lower Sameen.
So I'd better go and stand in the doorway. One eye on him, one on the chest with valuables.
This one's honest. He might even take a look to see what was troubling them pigs.
At first, I thought it was that beast of Visar's that done it, but the pigs weren't bit. So it was definitely a curse.
Curse my arse. From what you said, it had to be poisoning, but it's hard to say from what. But we may just find that out from Henry here. And as far as Visar is concerned, I'm headed there next. I have the stuff with me.
But make sure you take care of it, yeah? I can't bear it much longer.
You ain't the only one. It's been bothering the Nabokov folks too. That'll all be over today.
God reward you for it.
God don't reward me much, but I'll probably get something from the bailiff for hauling.
Well, I wish you and your helper lots of luck today. May God bless you.
You too. You too.
I apologize.
Ew. Is this really worth it?
Good doggy. Good boy.
Poor things. A waste of good meat. money out the
Nothing to
window.
you.
I'd rather go back to sacks of flour.
Poor things. A waste of good meat.
Get over here so we can carry on.
I took care of the carcasses.
And what about this Miss...
Oh, right.
Aye.
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream. Come here. It really wasn't a curse. No wonder the pigs caught some disease.
Well, what do you know? I was right. I'll give you a hand.
I took care of...
Nice work.
Yeah, you'd eat that.
But nicely in the coal. Let's keep going. Lads, seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Oh, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course, it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then, you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Visor. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me. Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Greetings. Oh, you pooch.
Visor, my friend!
What do you want?
We were picking up some carcasses in this yard, so I thought I'd stop by. How are you getting on?
Everyone's getting on my fucking nerves these days.
Nothing's changed then, eh? Glad to hear it. There's been bandits roaming these parts, but it's quiet enough here.
Oh, Sakra! The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Barking? He's coming from over there.
What are you doing here, Henry?
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
The gravedigger wants me to poison that dog.
Jesus! And are you going to do it?
Well, what else can I do? You're the one who sent me to Ignatius. You just tactfully neglected to mention that when you and Zinnek were acting as his hand.
Shit. It's all gone sour.
This is all I have left to do before he takes me to the saltpeter pit.
And couldn't you find the pit without that? Just take a look at that poor creature. I'd like to keep him in place of my poor dead sniffer.
You surely know how to pick him. Your poor creature is terrorizing the whole area.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zinnek and I were here last, I saw how old Visaric treats him. He doesn't give him food. You wouldn't kill a dumb...
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better Christian than... I'll take him to the lair.
Hurry off now.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
Blessings.
It's taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean?
The dog is dead. So, can we go to the pit now?
Dead, eh? And what are you so nervous about?
Well, it wasn't pleasant for what? I did it exactly how you told me. I poisoned him.
Oh, aye. And how did it go exactly?
Well, I dipped the meat in poison. He ate it.
So, it all went how it should. He's done for, the beast. Let's go before we start looking suspicious.
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy. Slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
But there's hardly 3 heaps here.
Of course not. True. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more niter you'll have.
I won't. I'll just tell Crazel where you have it. I don't know if he'll take something away. Maybe he'll just make his own pit.
Now that would be a great honor.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Take it as a thanks for your help.
Settle down in Troskowitz. Build mounds of dead animals. No thanks.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy, either with me or somewhere else.
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it. This I have got to see. You didn't have to make such a feast of it.
Look at me. From a Lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers.
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
What happened to the hermit?
He's been acting strange the last few...
I hear Ambrose the hermit had...
Aye. He used to have it hanging on the wall in his hut.
What do you know about this?
Christ,
If you're going back to your cottage...
Of course. So there's some more saltpeter in the making. Stop that whistling. You're behaving like a
Heel.
child. What a nag.
Pfui.
Go! Whoa! Whoa!
Ja! Go! Go! Ja!
This is the place the innkeeper was talking about. The hermit lives somewhere up here.
Whoa! Whoa!
Go!
Whoa! Whoa!
Go!
Whoa!
Haven't you got...
Radovan, the blacksmith from Takov, sent me.
And what's that got to do with me? Clear off! Equam memento rebus in arduis subverimentem. What are you doing here? Stop pestering me and get out! You have a kind master, eh? What are you doing here? Stop pestering me and get out! What are you doing here?
Bloody hell. This hasn't been here for long. It looks like some kind of notes. Like a diary. Let's have a look at it then. Where's the hermit's grave? It ought to be somewhere around here. Now that's what I call steel. It may be broken, but there's hardly a trace of rust.
Blessed evening.
I talked to Betty.
And?
Nothing yet.
And Betty didn't help you?
Well, not really.
Betty?
She didn't.
Ah, that's all water under the bridge. And if she's afraid...
Yeah.
And get a move... What can I do for you?
So I'm back.
Excellent.
He's dead.
What? You...
No, not me. The hermit died a few days ago. I had to find his grave, and this sword was on it.
God's nails. That's quite something.
First class, welded steel. Ambrose must have broken the sword himself.
That's exactly what we need. See now, youngster. My clever plan worked out nicely in the end.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your, clever plan.
You haven't disappointed me yet, lad.
Wait, I thought you wanted to do it yourself.
Not at all. I trust you. I'm sorry.
All right. This is already sharp.
What would you like?
This could use some repair.
Fucking steel.
should do it more evenly. I've been banging this spot for a long time. I'll never finish it like this. I should move it.
Christ, what a day.
Well, I'm about half done.
Christ almighty.
Next time it'll be even better.
How can I help you today, friend?
I've got something for you, blacksmith.
God's nails, you weren't bullshitting.
I'd say it looks pretty much like a sword, eh?
Looks like. This is a damned fine piece of steel. Damned fine.
Thanks. I was glad to help.
I'll pay you, of course.
No, you know full well what I need.
Why is it so important for you? It'll just be a lot of people stuffing their faces. You can find that anywhere.
I have my reasons.
God's nails. But whatever, that's your business. We can set off once you're ready.
This...
What would you like?
Can we go to Semine now?
Well, something's still missing.
This still isn't good enough.
Henry, this is a once-in-a-lifetime affair. So make the most of it. Wear your best clothes.
Can we go to Semine now?
Wasn't too hard, was it? You're looking quite spruce, in fact.
Good to hear. Should we go?
Hold your horses for a while, Henry. I need to wash and change too.
Welcome, blacksmith. We were beginning to worry.
I bet you were. I'm bringing a wedding present.
Look who's finally here. Welcome, Radovan. And Henry.
Sir?
Well, do you have it?
Of course. Your son deserves the best. You can take it.
No, hold on to it. I'd be glad if you gave it to Older yourself.
I'd be honored.
Has Lord von Bergov arrived yet?
Henry, that's none of your business.
It's all right, Radovan. I understand his curiosity. Lord von Berghoff isn't here yet, but Chamberlain Ulrich assures me he'll arrive any moment now.
Sir, could I ask you to introduce me to Lord von Bergov?
God's nails. I'm sure his lordship will have nothing better to do than talking to my apprentice.
We'll see, Henry. What are those beggars still doing by the gate?
I drove them off.
At least close the gate for...
Oh dear. You seem rather worried.
I'm afraid of it ending up in disgrace.
Is there anything I can do to help?
No, Henry. It's nice of you to offer your... What kind of host would that make me?
Don't worry about it, sir. If he proves himself.
I promise I won't bring shame to you.
Oh, we'll see. In the meantime, you can introduce yourself to the bailiff's son, Svartapluk, over there.
That's right, Henry.
There's plenty of other entertainment, too. In short, a proper wedding.
One more thing, sir.
What else? Did I forget something?
They're,
Yes. Please leave your weapons with Tomb.
All our weapons?
The wedding present is an exception, of course.
Please, give us something to eat.
Give us arms. Poor beggars to fight to eat.
How's it going, groom? How's your health?
What can I tell you? You know how it is.
Aye,
I'll tell you, it's been a long time since we've had a wedding like this. It must have cost Lord Sameen a fortune.
He's so stupid, he can't even see how he's embarrassed.
Hey, I know you. You fought with us at the tavern.
Aye, that was some brawl.
Right you are. You fought bravely. You were outnumbered.
You were better. If they hadn't broken it up.
Aye, well, you wouldn't have avoided the stocks either way. Anyway, as far as you and I are concerned, let's let bygones be bygones. All good?
It's all good.
See? I'm no idiot.
I hope not.
I know you're not. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Svatya. The pretty girl getting married today is my sister.
So I've heard.
This is Vitek.
We know each other. Henry saved my pa's hide from the wolves.
I heard about that.
And that was just the beginning.
Aye, that's my pa. And his drinking. He was asking after you. Did you talk yet?
Not yet.
If you want to talk to him, you'd better hurry up. Knowing him, he'll be sloshed in no time.
Quiet, you two. Sakura. Now I don't know what he said to her. Christ.
Look at her face.
Whose?
Look over there. That pretty girl in the sad sack trying to impress her.
That's our friend, Wojtek.
Can't say I blame him. She's lovely.
He's bitten off more than he can chew, though.
Mishka. Her ma is old Samin's cook. That asshole Wojtek thinks he's going to win her over with some idiotic verse.
Well, actually, girls like poems.
Gander, huh? Good one.
Well, I suppose I...
Jesus Christ! There's an idea! Let's bet on who has a better chance with Mishka.
I'd like to see that. You're on.
My money's on Henry. 10 groschen.
I'll wager
All right. I could...
Fantastic. I knew right away you'd be up for a bit of fun.
Wait, though, Is there any point in trying to get a word in?
None. That's our Svatya for you.
Ah, bugger off.
I don't know who I pity.
Bring me a golden...
Oh, Mishka, dearest. You give me no rest.
Really? Isn't
You keep me awake at night.
you poor thing? Try a decoction of Melissa and Valerian.
How I long to hold you tight.
I can hardly breathe as it is.
Great things.
How I long to kiss your lips. And, put my hands on your hips.
Enough. I can't listen to another word.
That makes two of us.
And you are who?
I'm Henry.
What do you want here?
To make the acquaintance of the young damsel. If she's willing, of course.
She's not willing, and she has no interest in your nonsense.
The damsel has a voice and a name.
And may I know it? Or is that impertinent?
Mishka.
Now look here.
Anything wrong?
I spoke to her first.
Are we on the marketplace here?
You think you can amuse Mishka more? That's a joke.
I don't know. I'd like to try it.
Another one?
Be my guest. I was just reciting Mishka a lovely poem, so let's see if you know any.
Oh, Angela, my dear. Oh, Jack, don't touch the merchandise.
You think that's funny? That's a pretty damn stupid poem.
Don't listen to him.
I wasn't expecting a verse from the... You haven't done too well so far.
That's putting it mildly. Never mind a clever girl.
Why did I even get involved in this?
Don't beat yourself.
Shut up, the pair of you. And I don't know which is worse.
But where are you going, Mishka?
Anywhere. What
Fucking
a pack
hell.
of idiots.
See what you did?
I wonder how... Would you look at that? The return of the prodigal son. How did it go?
Mishka's a nice girl.
Don't try to bluff us, Henry. Anyway, you lost?
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, we did twist your arm a bit.
All right, then. To the newlyweds' health.
That's what everybody here drinks to. To ours!
To ours, then. I should go and see Lord Semi. He looked worried, and I promised I'd help him. He'll introduce me to Lord von Berghoff in return.
With a weapon in their hand, everyone is brave.
Really?
Present for Olga. Don't mention it, sir. I just hope your son is happy.
God willing, he won't up.
I'm here to help you, sir.
I said you didn't have to.
Well, I made a promise.
That too, but...
You mean Yurko and the Moravian?
Oh, what did I do to deserve a nephew like him?
I'll try to keep an eye on them.
You'd be pulling a thorn from my side.
What about the beggars, sir?
Try asking Toomer.
I'll talk to Toomer and we'll...
Well, try to be done.
Of course.
Thanks, Henry.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
You're Henry, right?
The one and only.
You came to help me with them beggars?
Lord Semin would be glad if we got rid of them.
It doesn't take a scholar to figure out if they get some food.
I can give them some of mine.
Some of yours?
Now that I think of it,
I agree.
how about giving them a few...
Christ, if word gets out, I'm never, ever give...
Oh, there's plenty of food.
There's plenty of food on the table. I can't go...
Then I'll do it.
Well, besides,
I can give them some of mine.
some of yours.
Now that I think of...
I agree.
So what kind of food do you think we should give them?
If it was up to me, I'd give them scraps from the kitchen. But the cook keeps saying there's no scraps. Says she uses it all for soup and gruel. She put the scraps away in the pantry and won't let anyone in there.
Isn't there any way I could reason with her?
That's not go. He put her in the wedding all...
Where can I find the cook?
In the kitchen.
I'll try to sneak into the pan.
Just make sure she does. It'd be for the best if you... Especially now.
Did you notice if she ever leaves the...
But someone...
Good to hear.
Then I...
All right. All right. I'll see what I can do.
Good luck.
One for the taco twine. I'll be having time of a life.
Hey, lads. Are you still quarreling?
I'll pay for it all, I promise. But you...
What are you after? There's food and drink in the courtyard. You really have no business here, lad. Hey, you're not supposed to be in there, lad. Stay out of... Put it back. I saw you. And anyway...
I don't want them for myself. It's for those poor wretches by the gate.
What do I care about them?
But what will Lord von Berghoff think when he arrives? What a disgrace that would be.
Well... You're right.
And what will he think of Lord Semine?
All right, then. They think I've gone soft.
God bless you.
This is my kitchen. Stay out of my way, please. What are you doing in there? Out! You really have no business here, lad. What are you looking for? There's someone else with.
How are you?
Look what I brought from the pantry.
You're not serious. That's that then. And you know what? Wait for me here.
I'll leave the pot over. Hey, I know you.
Oh, Christ. Look at the state of you, gamekeeper.
Henry!
Stop shouting, for God's sake.
I've been waiting for you, you know?
Oh, well. What do we do with you now?
You have to help me get back on my meat.
Meat? What meat?
On my feet, I said. Feet.
What, me?
You? What about you?
Good God, how am I supposed to help you get back on your feet?
Since you asked.
I'll see what I can do.
Don't worry.
Get away with too much.
The rich rule the world. What can you do?
Henry?
Not for a while.
Is that true?
Right. We just greeted each other and then I went to eat.
Dear Lord, I bet he's drunk again. Could you please look for him?
Of course. I'll let you know when I find it.
Oh, God be merciful.
Wait. Tell me, haven't we met before? You look familiar.
You must be mistaken.
Is that so? After all, you commoners do...
What's the matter? Shit yourself?
Well, well, well. Who do we have here?
What are you doing here?
I'm working at our task. What else?
But how did he get in?
What's it to you? Mind your own business.
It's really nice to be here. Oh, come on.
I found your husband.
And? Where is he?
I'm sorry, but he's completely plastered.
Oh, sweet Virgin Mary. Thanks, Henry. God be with you.
Your man that looked away.
Well, well.
Easy, gents.
You gave me a hammering last time.
You want to fight?
What's the matter? The laddie looks like he's gonna start agreeing.
What?
Well,
only having you on, pal. I'm Yurko from Moravia.
I'm Henry, Scalis.
Well, Henry.
Why not?
Of course you would. Fuck. That pish of yours makes me heave. It's near fit to drink.
You know why Lord Samin won't give you anything better?
Now look here, you a dry Moravian is 100 times more edge than a drunk one. So, if you didn't want this place smashed to pieces, bring us some decent liquor.
I see. And where would I find some?
Something, my ass. But old Samin took it from us.
Dunnies?
The cellars, with our liquor in...
And who's guarding the cellar?
A guard of...
I don't think there's much I can do about the guard.
I didn't care. I'm sure you'll...
All right.
I'm sure you'll be able to tell. It's a wee jug.
I reckon I don't have much. Everybody's drinking and having a good time, and you're stuck sitting here in the cellar.
Don't even get me stuck. Finally, a proper wedding after... And I'm so thirsty.
I really don't envy you.
Thank you.
Now go and get yourself a beer.
No way.
Tuma? Oh, come on. He's drinking too.
What? That sly bastard.
See? Why should you be stuck here like a sack of dry grain?
Right you are.
Look what I found for you.
Oh, hooray! Bring it on! Ah. Well, that's something else. Hail Henry!
Well, I can't say no to that.
I knew you know Egypt, the health, God, and Henry.
And to the newlywed.
To them too.
God's nails, Henry.
What's happened?
The sword's gone.
The wedding present for the young...
Not so loud, for God's sake. If I don't get it back, you'll see. He'll make sure I never forge another nail in this camp.
And couldn't you have left it somewhere?
Leave behind something so precious? Never.
Can you remember the last time you saw it?
I don't know. Maybe when we came. I showed it to old Semin.
I was there.
Then I ate a little something, drank, and went to take a piss.
And you had the sword on you the whole time?
Why would I go to piss?
Aha. Let me guess.
I've been looking for it ever since.
Did you show the sword to anyone?
Well... You know, I had to show off a bit. It was such a lovely piece of work.
Who were you showing off that sword to?
A few people came to me to see...
Young lads?
Aye, it's true.
What did the lad look like?
I don't know exactly.
Well, that could be any one of a dozen.
If I knew exactly which one it was, I'd go and see him myself.
Did you show the... Who were you...
A few people...
Young lad?
Aye.
And what was he wearing?
Aye, I know that. He was in yellow. He was well dressed, all right.
Don't you at least remember how he acted?
Well, as I say, he's been strutting around, one that lewd Chamberlain.
Ah, I see.
You do?
No, actually. I'll try to find the lad.
If you find my sword...
Hey, that's cool. Your father has really outdone himself with this tournament.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Have some fries. Did any of you partake?
And now you'll be the one to wed him and his bride.
I just can't decide.
Oldram complained about you again.
Better be careful not to mess up my nice clothes.
If
Lord Samin sees them, he'll have a fit.
Him?
If he wanted peace and quiet, he'd have given given it a rest long ago.
Hey!
Dressed in yellow.
Hey! What are you doing here?
Sorry, do I know you?
Of course!
Oh?
Well, me, of course. But it wasn't worth it.
Ah.
But now we've met.
Radovan, the Takov blacksmith, has lost...
Of course I have. Plenty.
Plenty?
Every god has one, right?
Ugh, never mind.
That's possible.
Why not?
To your help.
I'm not Bushek, but... Ugh, it's really sour.
Wine, of course.
Ugh, tastes awful.
Ah, just drink.
I don't really...
He kept staring.
Hey, young man.
Yes? But
You're a little nervous.
not at all.
That's a lovely yellow attire you're wearing. You're exactly the kind of fella I'm looking for. Do you know Radovan?
I don't. And whatever happened,
You don't know him?
it's not my fault. I swear.
The devil, eh?
Yes, of course. Here, take it all. What would I do with this?
Nice haul. And now the sword.
Sword? But I don't have any sword.
Don't lie to me, sticky-fingered.
I might be a thief, but I'm not a liar. And anyway, where would I hide a sword?
All right. I'll be going now.
Please, don't tell anyone.
You there? A word, if you will.
What is it?
I'll tell you, but come closer.
Meant well. I know how it is. Thing is,
What?
you know, a girl without a dowry.
Lord be with you.
What about the nomads by the pond?
We tolerate them. At first, they pretended to be friends. Folk went to show them with you and have a pleasant evening.
I apologize.
You should tell someone. You're of no use if you're running to the privy all the time.
I was fine this morning, I swear. What's all that?
You mean you got in here?
I
If I find out you're lying, give up to it. Died the whole time. May the Lord protect you if I see you move the
Better. I can't complain, though.
Since when? You do nothing but complain. Day in, day out. Especially about
Can't swim.
Is that a threat, old man?
You're of no use if you're running to the privy.
Careful.
Think it'll be the talk of the county. If I find out you're lying.
Say, now, poor. What would you like? Did the food run out? Otherwise, stay.
What are you? I hope.
First and secondly...
I hope so.
Excuse me?
Master Chamberlain, where's Lord von Berghoff? Why isn't he here yet?
What's it to you? Lord von Berghoff will arrive when the time's right.
You mean you got it from something in here?
That's right. First class sword, working while we're young.
If I find out you're lying,
Happy to help you, friend.
Reminder, Father.
You're here too.
Wait, aren't you that robber baron from Apollonia? Thought I'd be rotting in a pillory somewhere, did I?
Why wouldn't I?
It's like this. That's why Lord Samin spared me.
see that.
That's more out of... Will you have a drink with me?
Of course.
To Lord Sameen!
You already taken care of your band?
Don't you start with that too.
So you did.
After you and old man Sameen will just have to be a bit more patient.
What if I helped you?
Well.
I can handle a few footpads.
These aren't any ordinary footpads. They're a bunch of the most depraved whoresomes I've ever met. Would you dare to take them up?
Yeah. Just tell me what I need to do.
So listen up. I'd bet my boots that a few more will hitch up with them in time. You can start with Canker.
Canker?
He already had that name. I reckon they started calling him that on account of...
If you say so.
Hey, don't be cheeky, youngster.
Where can I find him?
I don't know. I only know that he and his band were ambushing travellers on the...
So how do you want to find him?
Easy. I'd wait for him to find me. With a little luck, he'll...
That doesn't sound too safe.
What did you expect? Go ahead and try and find him that way.
That's enough for me.
Well, and I almost forgot.
I'll think about it.
Hey, young man.
What is it?
I'll tell you, but come closer. Young man, no one has asked her for it.
Why isn't anyone dancing with her?
She's so shy. The cheekier girls always...
Indeed. Well, we can't let her sit in a corner till the end.
She'll be so happy. But be gentle with her, though.
How are you? I'm Henry.
I'm Dobravka.
Would you like to dance with me?
Dance? With you?
Don't worry about the people. You won't notice them once we start dancing. You'll see.
Well, all right.
How much longer? How much longer? Oh, God, this is punishment. How much longer?
Oh, that was beautiful.
Never again.
You didn't like it?
Maybe nobody ever told you. I hope my shattered toes grow back together.
What did you just say?
Young Lord Older with everyone.